Good afternoon and welcome to Queens University in Belfast, to the Dub Arena for the 2025 AIG Ireland O'Connor Cup Semi-finals. And we have the first semi-final coming up now. It's UCC against University of Galway, so Cork against Galway, and after that it'll be Ulster University against the holders DCU. And I do remember covering this event back in the day. The last time it was at Queens was 2014, and before that 2012, and in those days they played the two semi-finals at exactly the same time on different pitches. No one wanted to think there was any advantage, so it was done that way. But now it is staggered, which is great because it means that we can stream both semi-finals. So the first semi-final at 1 o'clock, second at 3 o'clock. Now it's on a different pitch up the road from here, so hopefully we'll be able to get up there for the start of that and bring you that stream, but that's the plan. So you'll be able to watch two games all afternoon, free to view as well, thanks to Ladies Higher Education and to the sponsors, crucially, of course, AIG Ireland. We're looking forward to two cracking matches. We had three finals yesterday, and today we're doing semi-finals because it's the top level. It's the O'Connor Cup, and at 5 o'clock we'll be back in this venue for the Donaghy Cup final. So three streams again today, but this, the first of them, UCC in the red, of course, University of Galway, of course, in the maroon, mirroring the county colours of Cork and Galway. So we are on YouTube, and I put a message on there, and I'll be happy to hear from any of you watching as well. Your thoughts on this one. I'm saying it's a hard game to call, and it is, because these two teams are very, very well matched, but a great opportunity. One of them will get to the final, and they will both be very hopeful. UCC in the final last year, they lost that, and they lost in 2022. Very keen to get back there, and Ulster University of Galway, will be very keen because they don't usually get there. In fact, their last final was 2005, so 20 years since they have been in the final, and they have never won this competition. But I have to say that Joanne Riley, their goalkeeper from Killygarry and Cavan, gave me a very impressive interview here last week, and she said that we are not just a college in the West, we might even be the best in the West. A nice few lines for the headlines, but the point is that University of Galway are coming here with a bit of a mission, and they really want to make an impression. Joanna's in goals, and apparently last week in one of the games she made some tremendous saves, and they have some tremendous players, so maybe University of Galway will cause a bit of a surprise if they win here. And this pitch, by the way, is where UCC last won the O'Connor Cup back in 2012 here, when they surprised Ulster University, who had beaten DCU, who had won it 2 years in a row in the semi-final. They thought, oh, maybe we're okay here, but UCC completely dominated that day, and Louise Murrah-Hertig and the O'Sullivans to the fore as UCC won that day. But UCC have only won this twice, would you believe? And the other time was 1990. So they have been in a few finals, but, oh well, actually they won it in 1988 as well, but long time from then to now. So since 1990 they've only won it once, which is surprising considering all the All-Irelands at Cork have won down the years. The captains are in the middle. Number 13 for Galway is Eva Noon from the famous All-Ireland winning club Kilkerran Clonberne. So she is the captain, and Hannah, her sister, is one of the backroom team. The captain for UCC is their number 4, Rachel Sheehan, just been called back for the photograph by Shauna. And Rachel is from Passage West in Cork, the cornerback. She is the captain of UCC. So let's go through the teams. UCC, first of all, the goalkeeper is Quiva Richmond, Glanmire, who's had a good run with the county in the last year. Number 2, Dara Kinneary from Lisgould, fabulous cornerback, played last year as well. 3, Eve Power from Waterford. 4 is the captain. 5 is Amy Corcoran from Cork. 6, Rosie Corkery, vice-captain from Naveabon, Ballyvorney in Cork. 7 is Roisin Ennis. Now she's an interesting one, from Niamh Kieran in Offaly, and she is the same club as Kate Kenny, who will be playing in the other game for DCU, and she has won 2 O'Connor Cups with DCU the last 2 years, Roisin Ennis. But herself and Emma Morrissey at number 14, who's a Tipperary girl, both of them have won 2 O'Connors with DCU, and now they've gone and they're at UCC, so they have switched sides, if you like. So Roisin at number 7. Number 8, Aoife Healy from Cloyne. 9, Amy Harrington, Kerry Girl. 10 is Anya O'Neill from Waterford, from Kilrasanti Brickies. 11, Evie Toomey from Glanmire, same as the goalkeeper. 12, Breed McMaw from Ballymac in Waterford. And the full forward line for UCC, Leah Hallinan from Bride Rovers in Cork. 14 is Emma Morrissey from Aherlow. And 15 is Abigail Ring from Cloyne. On to University of Galway, their goalkeeper Joanne Riley. 2, Aisling Flanagan from Briefy in Mayo. 3, Mary-Ann Jordan from Caltra in Galway. 4, Kathy Hogan from Tip. 5, Marta Bannock from Oughterard in Galway. 6, Saoirse Wynne from Boyle in Roscommon, the vice-captain. 7, Emily O'Connor from Currafin in Galway. At midfield, they have Maeve Walsh, another from Oughterard. 9, Saoirse McCarney from Westport in Mayo. Number 10 for Galway is Ava McDonald from St Bridget's in Mayo. 11, another Mayo girl, Aoife Staunton from Westport. 12 is Saoirse McGuinness from Offaly. And then you have Eva Noon at 13. 14 is Molly Mulryan from Caltra in Galway. And 15 is Kate Slevin from Clare Galway. So those are the teams. The managers, Kevin Reedy of University of Galway, Joe Carroll of UCC, who's also the Cork County manager. So the referee is Eddie Cuthbert, who has been blowing a few times in the last minute to get the players over, but they're still in their huddles on opposite sides of the pitch. So he's blowing again. He wants to get this game going. On the line we have Shane Curley and Sean Toll. We'll see if there's any late changes on the teams as we get started, but I haven't been told of any so far. So I will check on the live chat from time to time, so feel free to leave a message there. I'm looking at it right now, and we've a big audience there, much bigger than yesterday. I suppose that's understandable. This is the big one. This is the O'Connor Cup. We're down to business here with the big competition, so we will be following this for you, and then the other semi-final directly after. Well, one team's going out to their positions, but Galway have now gone in to get a photograph for some reason at the very last minute. So they're over to our left getting their photograph taken. Now they're breaking out of it. So the sun is shining at Belfast. That's the good news. We're not going to complain that it's a little bit chilly. Of course it is. It's March, but beautiful sunshine splashed on the Dub Arena and hosted by Queens University. And it looks like University of Galway are playing from right to left as you are watching. Let me just confirm that as I look where they're going. And yes, Galway playing from right to left. So Galway in the maroon. University of Galway. The O'Connor Cup has been played since 1987, but Galway have never won it. Could this be the year? Certainly inspirational words from the goalkeeper Joanne Riley last week here at the media day, but this is what it's all about. Eddie Cuthbert throws it in and we'll get underway, and we'll see who wins this one. Number 8 is Aoife Healy on the ball immediately for Cloyne. From Cloyne, gives it to Amy Harrington. That's the midfield for UCC, getting possession right away. And there's a change that I've spotted, and I'm sure you'll see it as well. Number 18 is in there for UCC, but let's go with this interception, because number 7, Emily O'Connor, nipped in there beautifully to get the ball, and she's got it again. And she's a player over here, and she's fed her as well. That's a nice ball into Maeve Walsh for UCC. And she plays a nice ball in, beautiful play. And the block came in though from the corner back from Kathy, or rather from Rachel Sheehan, I think it is, the captain of UCC. Yeah, it was her who got the block in there. But a good start for Galway there. Nice approach play. They weren't going for the kicks from distance, and you've seen that a lot in the last couple of days, and balls have dropped into the goal, but goalkeeper's arms, but they played that one quite nicely into the forwards, but a block by Sheehan prevented the score. UCC get the ball now through Anya O'Neill. There is a breeze that's just picked up, and it's sort of coming into my face, so it's probably coming across the pitch this way. I don't think it's going to be really influential in the game, but it is a chilly one. The players won't mind that. Anya O'Neill involved again, and over on the pavilion side here at the arena, it's UCC making progress with Emma Morrissey, and she is fouled, free given there, and she just shrugs off that challenge, and she's going to take the free herself. So 18 for UCC is Emily Lacey from Laois, and I'm not surprised at all to see her starting the game. Saw her last year down at MTU, and she was fantastic for UCC. So Emily Lacey from Laois. Number 18 is a late change. Just making a note of that and letting you know, from St Joseph's in Laois. Don't know who she's in for. We'll maybe work that out as we go on, but she looks to be at right half forward for UCC. And actually she's running back into defence now, not watching the ball. She's getting back there to defend, and Kate Slevin's coming across, but she's actually picking her up. That's Emily Lacey. Referee right on the spot to watch this one, but it's a chance for the first score of the game, but it's just gone to the left and wide from Eva Noon. All the players congregating in the middle there for the kick out, but they left one of the UCC players way over on the left, and she picked up the kick out rather easily, and they've got the ball up now to Breeden McMaw, and off she goes, the Ballymackin Waterford player, super player now, Leah Hallinan. A great ball in again to McMaw. She might be in for a goal. She's going to lay it back to Morrissey, and I thought she was maybe going to drill it low, but she put it extremely high instead, but got her point, and that's the first point of the game. 1-0 to UCC, and that all came from a really easy kick out. No press on the kick out. The UCG players seemed to just leave a Cork player way over to the right hand side, and from that possession they made hay. Now the ball went right over the ball net at the back of the goals there. The ball stopped, so they've had to get another one. But the pitch, despite having a lot of sand on it, it's playing very firm, and you see that from the way the ball has bounced in the first few minutes of the game. So it's bouncing true, and the weather is nice, so you can't ask for any more. So it's the AIG Ireland 2025 O'Connor Cup Semi-finals. The winner of this one to play in the final tomorrow against Ulster University are the holders DCU, who are going for 3 in a row with their captain Emma Duggan. That's a good effort. Is it going over the bar? Oh, so unlucky. Very unlucky. It's going to be picked up by Emily O'Connor. I said UCG, of course that's the old way of putting it. It's UOG, University of Galway now. Marta Bannock from Oughterard in Galway. And look at the pace coming forward and covering the middle third of the pitch there. She's directing where she wants it. She wants it back again from Aoife Staunton. It's gone all the way through though. And that's an interesting ball through there. And the keeper comes out just to sweep up there, Quiva Richmond. But it was a one-on-one in there. And I think it was Slevin was in there, looking dangerous if she'd have got her hands in that ball. And I did see another number beyond 15 there. Yeah, 21 is in for University of Galway. But let's follow the play first. That's a great ball. That's found Amy Corcoran. Very lively game, as you would expect. These two teams with so much talent and ability, and that's a decent effort. And it's gone nicely over the bar indeed from Anya O'Neill. The Waterford girl makes it 2 points to no score for the Cork College. And again, lovely kick passing, crisp play, and the players enjoying this game. I think most of them not wearing gloves. They don't need it on a day like this. So good conditions for the game, this exhibition of college's football at its very top level. And that's well taken again by Marta Bannock. Off she goes, and that's terrific driving run by her. She gave and she got it again. Look at the pace she's going through. Now she meets the fullback Eve Power, but she's still going through and ends up getting the ball in the net, but the referee is going to bring that one back. There was a foul there and he'd blown, so it's going to be a free in, but a brilliant run by Bannock. And this should result in University of Galway's first score of the game. So there's a 21 on there for University of Galway. So let me tell you who that is. That is, of course, Murren Devaney. And we've seen her a few times recently on our live streams. She is from Leitrim, from Glencar Manor. That's Glencar Manor Hamilton, but Glencar Manor for short. Fabulous player. So no surprise at all that she is in for her team. And that's 2 points to 1. And University of Galway off the mark. Now that kick out is, you see, I told you about the pitch being really firm. The ball carried right over the line. So the bounce is true. May have watch now for Galway. Bannock again. She's really up for this one. She looks very impressive so far. This has come back to Saoirse Wynn, the vice-captain from Boylan Roscommon, and it's another superb run, just like Bannock a minute ago, and she might even get a goal at the end of it, but she takes her point, and I guess that was wise, but it was wide open for her there. There was only the keeper and one player coming across. I think I'd have preferred to go for goal on that occasion, but very interesting that there's been 2 runs in the last minute right through the middle of the UCC defence, and they have both yielded scores. Now the kick out again needs to be caught, or the bounce will carry it away, but this time Amy Corcoran gets it and gives it back to Canary. UCC with the first 2 points, but 2 in a row conceded, and they will build from the back. Emily Lacey spills. Where's it going to go? It's picked up by Aoife Staunton, and she gets the free. Kate Slevin rather wants to take it quickly, and she does. And this is the 21 I was telling you about, Miranda Vanny. The chance now for Eva Noon, and she's got inside. She'll go for a goal. She won't need to ask twice, and she went for goal, but it was well saved by the goalkeeper, Quiver Richmond. Point blank range there. But Galway threatening. They could really have had a goal or 2 already. They've had a few sightings. They've got through really easily, it has to be said. UCC will have some concern about the way they've been opened up, but Noon unable to find the net. Morrissey takes it brilliantly in front of Marianne Jordan. Down into the corner, that is Abigail Ring. Remember her playing last year in MTU Cork as well. Morrissey playing there as well, but for a different team. She was wearing yellow that day for DCU. Back to Corcoran again. Now they just have to recycle because Galway have most of their players back. Their defensive structure is in place. Oh, and that just bounces through the legs of Hallinan and gives a chance to Kathy Hogan, the number 4, to sweep up and get possession for her team, and that's exactly what she's done. And they just pass it through the hands, as we see so much in the modern game, from the likes of Kilkerran, Clonberne. This is Kate Slevin from Clare Galway. Long way from goal, but she's just waiting for a little bit of support and gets it from Eva McDonald. She's from Sligo. Walsh now. Now she's been held up. Slevin again. Shapes as if she's going to shoot from there, but she won't be shooting from there. She's just trying to play a nice tricky ball into the corner, but it doesn't work. And this is Emily Lacey now. She's got a lovely languid left foot on her and plays it beautifully into Morrissey. Out in front again with possession, but not too many options ahead of her. She's just been shepherded over to the left, so she has to come back. UCC players now joining the attack across from her, and nicely taken on the run by Aoife Healy. Slips it into Hallinan. Cork girls combining, and Morrissey with a kick, but it was well blocked by Marta Bannock. And eventually the referee Eddie Cuthbert has awarded a free to UCC. Gives me a chance to pause and look at the messages on the live chat. Benny Morris says Galway may shade it, could be the surprise. I agree. They're well in this game and could have had a goal already, but they're about to go behind, I feel. And they are 3 points to 2. Now the goalkeeper Joanne Riley. And the bounce almost took it away from Bannock. In fact, it made it very difficult for her, and UCC have got that back with Anya O'Neill. I was saying the bounce was true, but that was a little bit too true. It seemed to catch her by surprise and allowed UCC to get in and turn that over. And it's going to be Morrissey again from Aherlow in Tipperary, the number 14. And she'll fancy it from there. Thought it was a little bit more over to the left, but free takers always have a little bit of license, and they'll step in and take a yard or two. And definitely it wasn't beside the D, but it hit the post actually and bounces out to Bannock. So a bit of a let off there for Galway, but are they clear? They're not in the clear just yet. Nearly made a bit of a mess of it there, but Marianne Jordan does well, and they're now motoring down the right hand side, and they get it to McDonald. She has been well chased and stolen away, I think, by Roisin Ennis. Was that over there? I think it was the number 7. It was. Great turnover from her. Textbook tackling. They get it back out to Morrissey now. A long way from goal. She's playing more of a centre half forward kind of play, dictating the play. Pops it into Hallinan. Way over in the corner. And there's been a lot of play over that side for some reason. Steps inside nicely, but she wants support and gets support. And there's a chance here of another score. And it's beautifully taken. And it's the corner forward Abigail Ring who thanks her other corner forward Hallinan for the pass. 2 Cork girls from Cloyne and Bride Rovers combining there. 4-2 for the college. Riley directing over to the left and then goes to the right. And that's a good pinpoint pass to pick out Aoife Staunton. McCarney now. A few Mayo girls there. And you see a bit of a slip there. I wonder, is that the conditions, is that the sand? A lot of sand on the pitch. Was put down a couple of weeks ago and still very visible. Or maybe she just slipped. Canary now. As UCC enjoying a decent spell of possession. Corcoran over on the right. And she is just going to leave it off. And she does to Hallinan. This is Breed McMaw from a tight enough angle. And the decision is a point. 5-2. Nicely taken by Breed McMaw from Ballymac. That's 3 in a row for UCC. And Galway might now be rueing not taking one of those goal chances. But it's all UCC at the minute. And from that kick out, they're going to get possession again. And she just let it go over the sideline there, Anya O'Neill. She knew that she was going to get it. Gives it to Ring again. Now Ring created a score from exactly this position a minute ago and trying to get in behind Flanagan. Comes back out to Morrissey, who swings it perfectly over the bar. And it's 4 in a row now for UCC. And it seems to be all going down that side. And Galway are having a problem with the kickouts. They're just not getting enough possession from them. Only one maybe of the last 3 or 4. And they're bringing pressure upon themselves. But credit to UCC for the press. Kick comes out this side. And it's Bannock. No, it's not Bannock. It is Maeve Walsh. And she does well. And just pops an interesting ball down the line. Usually you expect a hand pass there. But she just sort of toe poked it there. And it worked. But that kick pass is not working. They're just not gelling together the same way UCC are. Not at the minute anyway. And a lot of room here for Hallinan. She's really enjoying her game so far. Takes on Flanagan and gets past her. Bannock comes across and she slips it off to Morrissey. A very clear tug on the jersey. So the referee has his hand up. He's allowing advantage and they'll just allow this point. They've got their point and it's Abigail Ring who finished it off. But really good approach play and UCC are now slicing through University of Galway at ease. 5 points in a row and that is looking a little bit ominous for the girls from the west. And the referee just holding up play for a minute. Just checking on the live chat for your comments on there. These are a little bit quiet, but feel free to make a comment on there or let me know where you're watching the game from. It's another decent kick out to this side and it's resulted again in University of Galway possession. But look at the pressure being applied by Aoife Healy and Galway are crumbling a little bit under the press from UCC. 5 points in a row. They need to get up the field and that's exactly what they're doing. And Mary-Ann Jordan has done really well to get in behind. And the fullback just leaves it off. They need a score here. They need something to settle them down a little bit. Devaney is doing well. Gets it to Mulryan. Molly Mulryan from Caltra. The same club as the fullback, Jordan, who was involved there. Get it back to Bannock. Has the chance going. Or can they get a score now? Aoife Staunton. They need to stop the rot. She goes for it. But that was a little bit ambitious. And it curls to the left and wide. And University of Galway just in a little bit of diffs at the moment. Now all of the players bunched around the middle for this kick out. So Richmond just waits to see if there's any movement. But University of Galway, it's their turn to press. They're trying to make sure the ball doesn't get out easily. And they've done that quite effectively. Or have they? No, they got the touch there that puts it over the line. I think it was Eva Noon. Try to keep it in. But UCC end up getting possession. So apart from a 2 or 3 minute spell, it's all been UCC. And they've found a lot of room and a lot of joy from that sort of ball into Hallinan. And off she goes. The pace of their forwards is unbelievable. Morrissey is across there. Is she going to use her or take her own score? Oh, so unlucky it's hit the post. That's 3 times I think the post has been hit. Twice by UCC. Was it once by Galway? But anyway, 3 times I think in total. But it remains 7-2. But again, a nice fast transition up the pitch by UCC. And again, from the kick out. The kick out's so crucial. That's 3 times now that Riley has put the kick out over to this side, and it's worked each time. So they're now on the attack. Bannock involved again, and Maeve Walsh involved again. They're both from the same club in Galway, both from Oughterard. And Bannock there just went down with some sort of a knock. Now the ball in behind there, but Canary is too sharp a defender to let her player in there. And it's UCC again with a chance to get up the field with their fullback Eve Parr. And there's grass in front of Aoife Healy here to go in, and she does, and she pumped it into the corner. I think the ball's going to win that race though, and does. So 7-2. It's about 20 minutes gone. And just checking again on the live chat. You are all very quiet. I think we're going to have a substitute coming in for University of Galway. Now, who's this coming in? It looked like 17 possibly, which would be Eva O'Riordan. Not totally sure, didn't quite see the number completely. But 2 has gone off. That's Aisling Flanagan, who was having a torrid time. And indeed, Eva O'Riordan is in for University of Galway. So a change at the back there, and you can understand why. Chance here of a goal for UCC. Oh, what pace, and she's nipped in. Gave the goalkeeper the eyes and has planted it in the net. It's Abigail Ring from Cloyne in County Cork, and UCC all of a sudden have opened up a huge gap. They lead by 8 points with that goal, and University of Galway are in all sorts of bother because UCC have now scored 1 goal and 5 points without reply. I was writing down the name of the sub who'd come in and looked up, and all of a sudden it was a 1-on-1, and Ring was not going to miss from there. Emily O'Connor for University of Galway. The run is from Devaney. Well, it's gone from a worrying situation to a bit of a crisis for University of Galway. They could really do with a goal. Anything would do. Well, they've got the goal, and it's Muireann Devaney. And boy, did they need that one. The girl from Glencar Manor in Leitrim has provided a bit of a lifeline for them because they were 8 points down, a goal at the other end, but they've replied right away. So we still have a game on. This is Emily Lacey for UCC. Gets a midfielder, it is. That is Amy Harrington. The game has just gone up a level, and you can hear the crowd and the benches both a little bit more animated. They're a bit more invested in this game. It's just got more interesting, and it's UCG, I should stop saying that, UOG, University of Galway, old habits die hard. And it's Molly Mulryan for them. This is Devaney, who provided the spark a minute ago. Joining the attack is Maeve Walsh, but it's played across between Slevin and Canary, 2 fantastic players. Slevin just about got it, shapes, but it's going to go well to the left and wide. She had a bit of room there, but it's just not happening so far today for a lot of the Galway players. They've just scored 3 times, just a goal and 2 points. So 5 in arrears, but certainly not as bad as it was a few minutes ago. 8 points down. Kick out has gone over everybody, but it's going to be 1. Ooh, that was a strong challenger connection there, which looked a painful one. But Emily O'Connor seems okay after it. Instead, it's the UCC player who's down. That's Lacey. And the referee indicating that the clock is to be stopped. A little bit of treatment required for Breeden McMaw. I'll just check on the messages. Cormac wants to know, are those jerseys a bit similar from a distance? Lucky the sun is out. Not really. No, red and maroon. It's easy enough. But yeah, the sun is very bright here at the Dub Arena at Queens in Belfast, which we're delighted to see. All the water girls are coming on to give water to the girls. Not that it's that warm. Or maybe it is when you're running about down there. It's like the old days of COVID. We've got the water break. Brave McMaw is okay to continue. And all the water girls, well, there's a lot of them on the pitch. They need to get off. There's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 10 of them. They were very quick to come on. Bannock up for this for UOG, sorry, I did it again. And Aoife Healy on the break. It is McMaw who was injured. She's certainly okay to continue. That's brilliant play by the Waterford player. To get it in to the number 5 Corcoran. Now Lacey, she's got a great left foot. She can put that over from there, and she does. Super score by the girl from Laois. Number 18 started the game and has made it 1-8 to 1-2. 6 points in it. Riley preferring this side again because it's been successful. They've won 3 in a row out here, make that 4 in a row. And there's support, but she doesn't see that behind her and just boots it down into the corner, but that's fine. Devani is there to pick it up. She got the goal. She's been closely followed by Rosie Corkery, but this is better. But you see the bobble there, and it just took it away from them at the vital moment. And UCC come away with it again and get it to their goal scorer, Ring. Abigail Ring from Cloyne. And yes, the famous Christy Ring was from that club as well. Donald Cusick, I think, is from down that area as well. But today it's all about the girls, and it's all about Abigail Ring and Aoife Healy, number 8, from the same club. And this should be relatively straightforward, I would imagine, for a player of Morrissey's ability. I'm not quite sure what the hold up is for. Is there something going over in the sideline? I don't know. No subs been lined up. Not quite sure what the hold up is, but the referee trying to sort something out, and now he's going to give permission for the kick. This is to make it 7 between the teams. No problem to Morrissey. 1-9 to 1-2. Well, we were talking about a possible surprise. Doesn't look like that at the minute. Bannock, who's been one of the best players for University of Galway, in possession from the kick-out. They got her possession rather easily. McDonald involved, and now up to the Leitrim girl, Devani. Closely marked, as you would expect, especially after she got the goal. Slevin leaves it off nicely. Just scoops it up, hoping to get into the path of Staunton, I think it is. And is she fouled? Looks like she is, and I'm waiting for the indication just to make sure, but I think that is a free in to University of Galway, and it is. And they could do with just steadying the ship here and just getting a point on the board. They've only scored 3 times, 1-2. They're not making that scoreboard tick over. That one's high. Is it on target? It is. That's a decent score, and an important one, you would imagine, at this stage of the game. They just need to get a few more scores, and I think it was Even Noon who put it over. So 1-9, 1-3, still 6 in it. But coming up to half-time, University of Galway certainly can't let that get any more. This is Corcoran, who's been busy. And actually, she charged into Devani, so that's a free for University of Galway, and Slevin realises that and tries to take it as quickly as she can. Tough defending. Eve Power doing really well there against Even Noon, but as I say that, she is blown for fouling. So it's Slevin way out on the left. Last few minutes of the first half. And she'll go short to Even Noon. They'll try and work it in, but UCC have a lot of players in there. Slevin perfectly capable from there. That looks a beauty. That is more like Kate Slevin. It's more like University of Galway. 2 in a row for them. They get it back to a 5-point game, and more importantly, that'll just help their confidence and morale a little bit coming up to half-time, because they were in danger of drifting out of this game, but they might even get a little bit better here because Devani is through. She scored 1 goal. Will Slevin get another one? She has 2 goals for University of Galway, and 1-2 without reply to come right back into this game. And I think the second half is going to be really, really interesting, because they had drifted out to 7 points behind. They're right back in it. Brilliant goal. And it was Kate Slevin from Clare Galway, set up by Devaney, but it was the turnover that forced it. Well, University of Galway have done really, really well here. Now they've made a real game of it. But here comes Amy Corcoran for UCC at the other end. Lacey now, she's got a great left foot and she lashes it to the net. Brilliant goal at the other end. 2 goals in a minute. We have a superb game on here. 4 goals in the first half and 13 points. It's been really, really interesting, entertaining stuff. 2-9 to 2-4, and the 5-point gap is there again. I think we're going to have a cracking second half. Both teams really playing great football here in the sunshine at the Dub Arena and really enjoying this game, really going at each other. These semi-finals in the O'Connor Cup are always special. Last year they both went to extra time, and I think the final went to extra time too. Leah, it's a corner forward, even noon through again, and she puts it over. Wow, this is fantastic entertainment. Where else would you get it on a Friday afternoon at lunchtime? 2-9 plays 2-5. Kick out goes to Rachel Sheehan. Back to your goalkeeper. From Passage West to Glanmire. Cool play by her. She'll give it to Canary as they try to build through the hands with Corkery, the vice captain. Slips it inside again to Canary. They are making progress up the left hand side. This is Harrington. Held up a little bit. Coming up to half time, Benny Morris says Galway's missed opportunities early on could cost them. Yeah, that's the point that I was making at the time. But they're still within 4 points. They've got it back. And I know the goal set them back a little bit there, but they're still well in this one. Morrissey trying to get it. But instead, I think that was 10, was it? Was it Eva McDonald for University of Galway? And a brilliant ball, as it turns out, or it was brilliantly taken at least by Devaney, who's well out the field. Devaney has scored one and made one. Saoirse McCarney, number 9 for University of Galway, as they come forward looking to get another score just before half time. And you can tell after they'd only scored 1-2 in the first 20 odd minutes, University of Galway, all of a sudden they're thinking, give me the ball, because we've scored a lot more and there is joy here if we run at them. And that's what they did early on. They didn't get the goals early on, but they've got them now, and you just sense that they're believing a little bit more when they go forward. And they've got a free here as well. Great football, great open football, and great to watch. What does it say? The O'Connor Cup never disappoints. A few classic games last year down at MTU Cork, and this is turning into another cracker here today. And a reminder, the second semi-final will be live streamed as well at 3 o'clock. Now that's high, but I think it looks like it's going to the right, is it? It is. It's gone wide. And I don't think we're going to have too much longer to play. The referee looking at his watch and going by his body language, and you can often go by that with the referee before half-time. He's not sprinting out to the middle, which would indicate possibly that we might not have too much more. All the players congregating in the middle, and now the sprints to either side for Richmond to try and pick somebody out. She goes to that left-hand side. It's all a bit frantic, but on the break, it's UCC winning possession. And that's a good kick pass as well, and it finds Corcoran. It was O'Neill who picked up the ball. This is Lacey, who got the goal a few minutes ago. I knew she was never going to miss when she got onto that left side. This is Hallinan, and she gets a free in. Both teams running at the other defences as much as they possibly can, and they've been getting a lot of joy. Lacey's going to come up and take this one. Perfect position for a left footer. This to put 5 in it, and to take UCC to 210 for the first half. That's decent scoring. She doesn't take it herself because Morrissey appears there, and she will pop it over, will she? She does. Not sure that was totally necessary, but it worked out in the end, and it's Morrissey's point, and it is 210, and it is half time. 210 to 2-5, a 5-point lead for UCC, and I guess they deserve that on the balance of the first half. There was a fear that University of Galway were going to drift away and be easily beaten, but they showed real character there and scored 1-2 without replying, got right back into it. Then they were pegged back by Lacey's goal. So very, very interesting first half. We'll be back with the second half in about 6 or 7 minutes' time. coming over. Welcome back for the second half at sunny Belfast in the Dub Arena. The games this week all hosted by Queens University, and we have been blessed with the sunshine here for the 2025 AIG Ireland O'Connor Cup Finals week. 3 days of fantastic football, and we're about exactly halfway through. We had 3 great finals yesterday, and we have had a great first half in the first O'Connor Cup Semi-final. UCC in the red lead 2-10 to 2-5. I put up 2 of the goals from the first half. They were actually only 33 seconds apart, so University of Galway's second goal followed very quickly by UCC's response at the other end by Emily Lacey lashing the ball to the net. So you can see those on the Ladies Football Twitter feed as of now. But we are going to stay with the live action here, the live stream of UCC in the attack with Aoife Healy carrying it forward, and that is a foul from behind on Emma Morrissey, and the fullback there maybe a little bit too keen to get in front of Morrissey, and that is understandable after the way that Morrissey played in the first half. But Marianne Jordan there having to retreat to the goal line because this kick probably will drop in and around there, you know, so the goalkeeper is there and the fullback is there, but Morrissey might be able to get it over. Again, she's stolen a little yard or two as forwards do, and she has put it. I'm waiting for the flag. Is there a flag? No, didn't see a flag. Maybe it was to the right and wide. Scoreboard remains 2-10 to 2-5, so no score. Kick out looking for the number 10, Ava McDonald, but instead it's been picked up, and Morrissey again has got it, and it is Anya O'Neill through. Is she fouled? She fell into the penalty area. Must have been just outside it though, and it's a free which Morrissey no doubt will convert. And the problem again from the kickouts. The turnover easily from the kick-out, and UCC able to get free and extend the gap now to 6 points. So University of Galway have never won the O'Connor Cup. Last in the final 20 years ago. They've come here with big hopes this year, but they're 6 down to UCC. Not that UCC have a tremendous record in the competition either. It's UL who lead the way in the Roll of Honour with 12. DCU have 6, but UCC won it in 1988 and 1990, and then only once since that on this very pitch back in 2012. But they've come close in recent years, losing the final last year and in 2022. So they'll be hoping they can go a step further here. That's Abigail Ring getting it forward to Breed McMaw. These girls experienced from the last year and well used to playing with each other, and they knitted together very effectively in the first half. Ring with one of the goals, Lacey with the other. And UCC have made a decent start to the second half. They're all on the attack. Morrissey's coming out to take this one as well. I'm sure she'll go short here, or yeah, she goes back to go to one of her teammates to get possession and play, and does that and takes on Saoirse Wynn, who tries to hold her up but does so illegally. Free to UCC. So early days in the second half. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on the Ladies Football YouTube channel. You can leave a message there on the live chat, which I'll pick up as we go on. Last year's semi-finals and the final, I think they all went to extra time. Wonder why we have that today. It's Maeve Walsh leaving it off, and that's great play, working it through the hands. It's a fullback, Marianne Jordan, coming up to lend a hand as well, and this Walsh again now slips it inside. Quick hands and good support play, and it's all a little bit frantic and a very congested situation as well, which results in the end in a interception and turnover, and Canary coming forward with UCC. Gives it to her fullback, Eve Power. Super game of football, as you would expect. These girls all county standard, but they love playing their colleges. Girls that they spend the year with. And maybe less pressure, but boy, do they give it everything when they get this far. Anya O'Neill leaves it off. And of course, where else would you get the opportunities to play with players that you usually play against? So they combine the Waterfords and Kerrys and Cork players all getting a chance to play with each other instead of against. This is Rosie Corkery, vice captain of her team from Ballyvorney. Naveabon is the local club there in the Gaeltacht area. This is Leah Hallinan now from Bride Rovers. Tries to give it back, but Bannock is in the right place at the right time, and then a foul. So a free for University of Galway. So just one score in the second half so far. And University of Galway with it all to do, but they're perfectly capable, as we saw in the first half. Could have, should have got a goal early on, then got 2 goals. And this is Walsh again, always making herself available in the middle of the field, and that's a decent ball looking for Slevin, who does well to take it in her stride as well. Read the bounce perfectly. Devaney takes over, and she'll go for her score, but it's just going to go to the right and wide. But she was well shepherded there by the UCC defence. The referee blowing his whistle here. Is there an injury or a substitution maybe? He's definitely held up the play for a second. Oh, it's just maybe a player tying her laces actually. Just checking again on the live chat. There's a bit of debate there about what the score is. It's 2-11 to 2-5. I'm not sure what it is on the screen. I can't see the screen at the minute, but it's definitely 2-11 to 2-5 in the ground here. So that's the score. That's where the live chat comes in useful, what you can put in there if you have any queries at all and keep us on our toes. That's number 5, Corcoran now, getting it rather easily from the kick out for UCC. And they are so adept at moving it through the hands that possession is key. Amy Harrington now. This is Eve Power. So from Kerry to Waterford. And she's striding forward purposely. Gives it to Corkery. And they'll come back out. This all from that easy possession from the kick out. Anya O'Neill now, going diagonally cross field. All sorts of movement ahead. Player actually going to the ground, a few bumping into each other. But this is Morrissey now injecting a bit of pace, but she's surrounded by a forest of maroon jerseys and loses possession as well. Chance for the transition here. It's the centre half back Saoirse Wynn who does well. She's from Boyle in Roscommon. That's her again, number 6. This is the number 17, Eva O'Riordan, who came on about 20 minutes into the first half. Now, can University of Galway do something? This is their fullback, Mary-Ann Jordan from Caltra in Galway. Gives it to Saoirse McCarney now from Westport and Mayo. Forced back. The work rate by UCC is really, really good. They put a lot of pressure on the ball, making it so difficult. But here comes Maeve Walsh again for her team. There's a +1 back there as well, and it's Amy Corcoran just sitting in for UCC. Makes it difficult to go through the middle, so Slevin is out on that side and she's faced up, puts a nice pop ball through, but it's just too tight in there. Can they get a score? Slevin is there, but there's a lot of red jerseys there, forcing her to go out. She hit one lovely score in the first half, and that's congested as well, and a touch just in there from Bree McMaw may have just stopped that attack, and it has. I think it's going to be a hop, looking at the body language of the referee, and it is. The number 8 and number 5 goes in for it, and Aoife Healy gets a swipe at it, but Ava McDonald, number 10, gets a chance, but I think it's gone to the right and wide, and it has, and Galway remain without a score in the second half. 6 points still in it, but it could change in a heartbeat, knowing the way that this game has been going. This is the captain, Rachel Sheehan, from Passage West in Cork to Canary, back to the goalkeeper, and again, rather easy possession from the kick out. And University of Galway, you feel they need to press a little bit tighter and get a few turnovers. This is Lacey now for UCC, who still have possession from that kick out, and they get their free as well. So around 400 devices now tuned into this game. That could be a lot more in terms of eyeballs, because it could be being watched by a group of people or even a club or something, or in the college. So good audience for this game, the first O'Connor Cup Semi-final. That may have broken down. Oh, they're a little bit lucky there, University of Galway. And there's an interesting ball. They're looking for Slevin. They're always looking for Slevin, and why not? What a player. She scored a great point in the first half. Leaves this one off to Devaney, and she spots the movement from Slevin. It's Galway and Leitrim combining for University of Galway, but can they get in behind? It's too congested there. Bannock leaves it back to Devaney. Brilliant block from Canary. A trademark Dara Canary block, and she applauds the effort from Corkery as well. And those are, as I say, blocks that we're well used to from those particular players. And they have kept University of Galway out again, who remain scoreless. So in that break and play, just checking for your messages on the live chat there. As I say, a big audience watching this 2025 AIG Ireland O'Connor Cup Semi-final. The first semi-final. The second one will be at 3 o'clock, and that will be Ulster University against DCU the holders, and we will have a live stream of that also on this YouTube channel. And then at 5 o'clock we'll have the Donaghy Cup final. So 3 games on live streams for you today. Number 14 for University of Galway, Molly Mulryan, has gone off to be replaced by Rebecca McLaughlin. That's Staunton getting it for Galway to Bannock. And it's just about kept that alive. Thought that it had died a little bit. Devaney pops it in though. And it could be a score. Will it be their first of the second half? It should be, and it is. 1-1 in the second half. They've got it back to a 5-point game. I think it was Staunton who applied the finish. And that will do them a lot of good. Again from the kick out. Bannock tries to apply a bit of pressure, and she does successfully this time. But Canary picks it up for UCC, but nearly a turnover from the kicker. But that's at least 3 or 4 UCC have been able to get away and keep possession. And the referee's going to bring that one back, I think, and he's going to tick it as well. I think the player was keen to carry on. But we'll go back to go forward. So Rebecca McLaughlin on number 23 for Galway, and she is from Shannon Gales in Cavan. I have to say I don't know that club. I'm not sure. That might actually be wrong, actually. So if anyone's watching and they know, is there a Shannon Gales club in Cavan? Let me know. Here's a chance for University of Galway. Oh, what a hand in. Aoife Healy, what a challenge in there. The cleanest textbook tackle you will ever see. Just when the trigger was about to be pulled, and an important stage in the game as well. 6 points in at a goal there, bringing it back to 3. But what a brilliant tackle from the midfielder. And now UCC at the other end. Can they make it even worse for UOG rather? This is Ring, another Cloyne player, same as Healy. Gets it back. And the other midfielder there is number 9, Harrington. Oh, they're trying to get through. Can they get at least a point out of it? Another brilliant block. We've seen so many of them today, but that's lashed to the net. Oh, what a goal. What a brilliant goal by Amy Harrington. Well, University of Galway doing their best to try and stop that. They couldn't stop it. No one's going to stop an effort like that. A third goal for UCC, and even though it's quite early in the game, that might just be enough to go into a 9-point lead. Superb finish. Goal of the weekend so far. Brilliant finish. 3-11 to 2-6. And just after University of Galway were denied a goal chance at the other end, there was a swing there. That was a big swing. Could have been 3. Instead it's out to 9. Substitution for UCC. Hallinan has gone off. The corner forward from Bride Rovers, number 13, has gone off. And instead 21 is in for UCC. And that is Katie Brosnan. She's in the Kerry panel, of course. Smashing young player. Now, the game is in a little bit of a lull. The crowd and the benches have gone a little bit quiet after that goal. The University of Galway need to do something, but there's a great block, and it was Harrington again who got the goal involved there with that interception. She got an important hand in, and this is her again. What a great game she is having the last 5 minutes, certainly. Oh, and it's opened up beautifully, and it's Breed McMaw, and all of a sudden the sea is parted, and she might even get a goal here. Well, she drives it over the bar, That would have really killed the game, surely, but it's a point at least. But worrying for University of Galway, the way they were split apart there. Everybody just seemed to go one direction, and Breed McMaw went the other. Devaney now for University of Galway, getting possession. But it's now 21 plays 12, so a 9-point game. Devaney trying to get on with it. Gets it towards Slevin, followed by Canary. They're having a right old battle in there. Two terrific players. And Slevin just forced to come out again, looking for Bannock. But look at the pressure from the UCC players again. Everybody coming in, so many challenges coming in, but they still might get in behind because McDonald is there. And is it going to the net? No, the goalkeeper's just going to hand to it. It's going to be a free in, but could have and maybe should have been a goal for Aoife Staunton, the number 11. They really needed that to go into the net, didn't they? And I've just been given a message saying that, yes, there's a Shannon Gales club in Cavan. It's in the Black Lion area. I should have known that. Thank you very much for that. I was actually down there the other day. We actually had to stay there overnight on our way to Sligo. So we stayed in Belcoo, which is on the border with Black Lion. That's where the border is. Point for University of Galway. And it's that message was from Amanda Sweeney. Thank you, Amanda. Good to have you watching the game. I hope you're enjoying it. And good to clarify that as well. Thank you. So UCC looking good for their second final in a row at the moment. But as I say, these things can change. Devaney got back there to try and dispossess. But UCC have prevailed. Anya O'Neill. This is Roisin Ennis. If she gets into the final and wins it tomorrow, she'll have won 3 O'Connor Cup medals in a row with 2 different colleges. O'Neill again, taking on 2 defenders. Feeds it through to Morrissey, who does well to get out in front as well. She needs a bit of support, and it's well taken by Ring under serious pressure, under too much pressure. It's a free in for UCC. It's hard to see where this game is going to turn from here. University of Galway doing their best, but you feel that that goal a minute ago was a hammer blow to them. And Morrissey might just add insult to injury here by putting this one over. 3-12 is a big score at this stage of the game for UCC, and we've had 5 goals and 19 points in total. Brilliant entertainment. We don't need new rules when games are played like this. Oh, very unlucky. But from the rebound off the crossbar, they still might get a score. Anya O'Neill gives it back to Harrington. This is the sub I was telling you about who came on, Kitty Brosnan. And UCC just happy to pass the parcel here and just drag. Looking at the benches to see if there's any changes. Is that a substitute coming on for Galway? Possibly. The referee, or the linesperson, Shane Curley, definitely has his flag up. So who's coming on? I don't see a player. Oh, well, 10's going off. 10 has gone off for University of Galway. That is Ava McDonald. And is it 12 has come on? All right, so that's Saoirse McGuinness from Offaly, wearing 12, but she didn't start the game. That one drifts to the left and wide. 3-12-2-7 then. 8 points in it. Riley's kick out, trying to pick out the girl who's just come on, but that's brilliantly taken by Anya O'Neill. She's had a brilliant game, and she feeds Kitty Brosnan, the Kerry girl. A little hand on her, making her lose her balance, and she appeals to the referee, but she's not going to get the decision. So Riley comes out again with a kick out and tries to take it as quickly as possible, and does that, and it's successful. It gets to Aoife Staunton, and now it's University of Galway's chance with their fullback Jordan coming forward. They're making a lot of progress down the left here. This is good work by the girls in maroon, but forced to come back out now. Slevin a long way from goal. She was playing as the full forward on the edge of the square, but she's out the field a lot, and Canary blocks her run. Devaney now with the ball. Another super block, and this time it's by the fullback Eve Power. We've seen lots of great blocking today by both teams. Lots of good defending, and yet we've still had 5 goals and 19 points. Just been great, open, lively, entertaining football, as you expect and you get at colleges level. But the big question at this stage of the game is, will University of Galway be able to force a really strong finish here? It was 5 in it at half time. It's gone out to 8. They need to get a goal certainly in the next 5 or 6 minutes, you would think. Slevin drives that in, and on the break it's Eve Power. I think it's Eve Power. She's had a great game, if it is her. Actually, it wasn't her, but it was good defending nonetheless. That's a good ball. Super play as well by Brosnan, giving it in to Roisin Ennis. And now it's McMaw. We've gone from Kerry to Offaly to Waterford, and although it ends up in the net, the referee had it already blown. And I think actually the block back there was, I give it to Power. It wasn't Power. I think it was Anya O'Neill. And she's certainly in the running for player of the match for me. Gets through so much work and wins so much ball and defends really well. Be happy to take your contenders for player of the match. Who do you think's been the best player out there today? Harrington, of course, with that goal, and her overall play's been good. And Aoife Healy in the middle of the field. McMaw as well, very good. Kick out from Riley, and this time University of Galway do get possession, and a good quick pass as well to the sub who came on. It's Saoirse McGuinness. Oh, and that just didn't quite go to the right place. You saw what she was intending, but they didn't quite read each other there, and UCC get possession. And the way they're playing at the minute, very confidently, they look like they'll keep possession for a while. Lots of good support play. I suppose when you're winning, everybody wants the ball. Morrissey throwing all sorts of shapes, gives it to Ennis, the two former DCU girls combining. Corkery. She knows that she's got O'Neill there, so just runs into the tackle and then leaves it off for O'Neill. And O'Neill will give it to McMaw, to Ennis. And they really are running the show now, UCC, although as they say that, they are turned over. And the referee says play on, yeah, and it's well worked. Even Noon involved there. They get it to Slevin, but not too many options up ahead. Slevin's had to come out the field to get the ball. Devaney is in there now, but she's got 2 players for company. One of them is Eve Power. Devaney, Leitrim against Waterford over in the corner. She comes inside and she's faced up by the captain, Rachel Sheehan. Does well to get it back to McGuinness, and it's actually intercepted for UCC, and it's going to be a free out, and that was good work by, I think it was Rosie Corkery. It was. So if you want a message on the live chat there, I'd be interested to hear who you think is the player of the match so far. Rosie took a bit of a bang there, so a little bit of hold up for treatment for her. Gives me a chance to remind you, we have the second live stream, the second O'Connor Cup Semi-final coming up at 3 o'clock. And after that we'll have the Donaghy Cup final at 5 o'clock. Marino are in that one, against ATU Galway. That one at 5 o'clock, another live stream. So this is the first of 3 today. We've had a super exhibition of football at colleges level. 5 goals. 5 goals and 20 points have been scored in total. Marta Bannock from Oughterard retrieves the ball. They need a spark from somewhere, Galway, but that one is going to drift and go possibly over the line. No, she's kept it in. But UCC in the driving seat and very comfortable on the ball, as you see. Eve Power gets it from Harrington. Back to O'Neill. And she again runs at players all of the time. 3-4 of them, and she's still going, weaving all sorts of magic, and gets it up to McMaw. 3 Waterford players involved in the move so far. Now to the Kerry girl, Brosnan. Back to Morrissey from Tipperary. And she'll just take her time and come back out. And University of Galway just don't look like they're going to provide a little bit of a spark and a grandstand finish. Corkery, who's recovered. Canary gets it now. And she just drags University of Galway across the pitch. It's disheartening for a team when they can't get their hands anywhere near the ball. And UCC are doing exactly that to them. Now, did I see a number 17 out there for UCC a minute ago? I think it did. And that would be Sive McGoldrick. Didn't see her come on, but I think that was 17. Referee having a word here. Oh, is there going to be a yellow card? Yeah. Well, no. Is that a card? I didn't see a card. I don't see him actually holding a card, but he's two hands up, whatever that is. Must be a yellow card. Or is it a substitution? I'm not quite sure. Well, there is a substitution being made. At least one, maybe two actually. There's no numbers going up, so I'm trying to work it out, but it looks like two University of Galway players have come on. Yeah, that's 17 it is. That's Sive McGoldrick on the ball for UCC. Still on the ball. Does really well to get it to McMaw. And McMaw is through now. A possible goal here. She has Abigail Ring to her left, but instead shoots over the bar. Haven't had a score for a while in this game, actually, but there you go. There's another one. 3-14 now for UCC. That's 23 plays 2-7, a 10-point lead. And we do now have a few UCC substitutes being lined up. And I see the University of Galway number 4, Kathy Hogan, is going off. I'm trying to follow all this for you, but there's a lot happening out there. 15 is going off. That's Abigail Ring. 9 is going off. That's Amy Harrington. And the player is coming in a little bit harder to see. That's 26 for UCC is in, and that is Jessica Gill from Southern Gales in Kerry. So UCC running their bench as well. I'm sure there's one or two more I haven't quite picked up. There's 20 for UCC in there, challenging for the ball. And that's Kate Redmond from Kinsale in Cork. University of Galway then, with even Noon all the way in defence, but injecting a lot of pace into that run to try and make something happen. Picks it up again from Slevin. That's a brilliant run by Noon. The two Galway girls combining, but can they get a score at the end of it? A point will do, but you feel they're definitely going to need a goal the way it's been going. Well, there's a free at least. Devani shoots on anyway, but it's going to come back for a free. And number 20 is on for University of Galway, I see there in that area, and that's Maeve O'Neill from Bennakerry, Tinryland, Westmeath. That's not Westmeath, is it? That club is Carlow. It's in the programme as Westmeath, but I'm pretty sure we covered them in the All-Ireland Club Series. BT, they call them. Bennakerry, Tinryland, that's definitely Carlow. That's a mistake. So a Carlow girl in there. And Slevin now, she tempted to go low. She is, and why not? Well, they could have easily taken a point, but it's that stage in the game. They need to go for goal, and it would have been unusual to get a goal from that sort of situation, but as I say, they have no choice. But here come UCC, and there's a lot of University of Galway players committed, so there's a lot of room in here behind for the number 20, but she's blowing for over carrying. That's the sub we come on, Kate Redmond. This is Anya O'Neill picking it up though. Such work rate from the Waterford girl. This is Evie Toomey for Cork, actually, from Glenmire, so she's in the play as well. Number 11 I saw there. So it's turning into the perfect performance for UCC. No injuries, got a lot of scores, and they're able to run their bench as well ahead of the final tomorrow. Give a few players a rest as well, like Harrington in the middle of the field. University of Galway though won't give up. That's pushing the back there by Redmond to stop that attack. Saoirse Wynn slips it to Even Noon. They're trying to make something happen there, but that's bounced rather high, and Canary is there to sweep up and pops a lovely ball out as well, and UCC are breaking University of Galway Hearts at the minute. They're stopping their attacks, and then on the counter they look very dangerous. What a run. It's Katie Brosnan, and she's still going. Maybe take her own score, even though she was being fouled, and she did get a kick in, but it's going to be a free, so it'll come back. Sandra seems to not be hearing properly. She's saying our mic seems to be cutting in and out of the audio. Apologies for that. We'll try and fix that. We haven't been aware of that, but if there's a problem there, we'll try and sort it out. Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, I've been told that the microphone's absolutely fine. It's working fine. So at the end of this game, we're going to cut off pretty quickly as Morrissey drives it over the bar for another point for UCC, because we have to set up on another pitch here at Queens for the second semi-final, and it'll be a little bit tight to get up there. It's 20 past 2. Next game's at 3 o'clock. It's not much time to turn around a whole live stream, but we will leave this as soon as the final whistle was blown and try to get up there to get the next stream for you at 3 o'clock. It's a tight schedule, but it's Ulster University in that one. So a lot of local girls here based in Belfast against DCU from Dublin, captained by Emma Duggan, of course. Winners for the last 2 years, so really looking forward to that game. Ulster University last year met UCC in the semi-final, and it was a cracking game, and UCC just got through that, and then they lost to DCU. But Ulster University knocking on that door. They used to be at senior level, at O'Connor Cup level. They won it back in 2008, and then after a few years of dropping down to a lower level, they're back up and hoping to get back to the final. UCC running the show here. 3:15 now to 2-7. They really kicked on since half-time. 4 of the goals in the first half, and this player for me, the player of the match, Anya O'Neill from Kilrasandy Brickies in Waterford, and she's still going. Great energy. A couple of the subs getting involved now. 26 Jessica Gill, 20 Kate Redmond. And UCC really enjoying themselves here. They like this pitch. They won the O'Connor Cup here in 2012 in bright sunshine as well, when they surprised Ulster University that day. That one popped out towards Morrissey, but doesn't get there. And there is a full-time whistle. A comfortable win in the end for UCC, and they celebrate getting to their second final in a row. They're through to play either Ulster University or DCU on a scoreline of 3:15 to 2-7. We hope you've enjoyed the live stream. We'll be back with the second semi-final on another live stream from 3 o'clock.